Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of two live broadcasts. And I got to tell you, we're here to answer your questions. I hope all of you can make it tonight at 9 o'clock for another special broadcast, because I've got some new information, some new strategies that are going to help you build your business faster. So what would you attempt if you knew you couldn't fail? What if you could talk to perfect prospects every day? What if you could close most of the people that you talk to? Well, you can do both. See, right now, network marketing has been in the center of a perfect storm of opportunity. Started last year with the spread of COVID-19. And this year, it continues. Because a new storm is here that revolves around the people who, frankly, are walking off the job or are quitting or are being fired because they refuse to take the vaccine. And professionals that are losing their jobs, quitting their jobs, are waiting to talk to you on LinkedIn. And tonight, we're going to show you how to find them and how to make the connections. I mean, this is hot, this is new, and this is just a part of how we're going to help all of you significantly rank advance in November, December, and January of this year. See, attraction marketing on LinkedIn is taking, in many cases, the wrong turn. And you have all these network marketers just jumping onto LinkedIn, blasting away, trying to market and sell whatever it is they're marketing and selling. Not the way to do it. Not the way to do it. LinkedIn has averaged last year roughly 5 million new profiles, new members every month. In the last 90 days, it's doubled. 10 million people every month are jumping on LinkedIn. And, the truth is, you need to position yourself as someone that can help people, in advance they need your help, as opposed to, these are examples of what you don't want to do. So what is holding you back? 800 million professionals on LinkedIn, 2.7 billion professionals on Facebook, and 1 billion people on Instagram available to talk to you right now. What is preventing you from reaching your goal? Why isn't your business growing? Well, we've got the answer. We've got the solution. And we're going to be sharing with all of you new strategies, new scripts. I'm going to show you how to use a lot of LinkedIn's and Facebook's newest features. Now, tomorrow is National Chocolate Day. And you could use our holiday strategy to reach out, start new conversations with people, restart conversations with people. And when you use the holiday strategy, along with our project launch strategy, the results are going to be amazing. It's Thursday, National Chocolate Day. Friday is National Cat Day. Now, these GIFs, these moving images, are available for you to share on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Saturday is National Trick or Treat Day. And of course, on Sunday, we have Halloween. Now, these images here are built in to LinkedIn's messaging feature. You want to get better ones, just go to Google on the internet, pull these up, save them on your computer, and you're good to go. At the end of the day, it's going to be about conversation. Who are you talking to? And you can pick out in advance the people who clearly need what you have, want what you have. And I invite all of you, if you haven't registered yet, for my boot camp that's going to start on November the 4th. New format. We're going to show everybody how to ramp up your business. So check your email. Let me take a look in the chat window. All right. So Richard, the only thing holding me back is understanding the technology. Morning, Richard. Richard, I unmuted you. If you can talk.
Max, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, I can. Okay, so first, let me just say this. That, do you do any texting now?
Texting, yes, I can text.
Okay. So, what kind of a phone do you have?
It's a Samsung Galaxy something or other.
Okay. So it's what they call an Android as opposed to, an iPhone.
Okay.
Right. Have you ever gone to sleep at night and you wake up in the morning and you get on there and you go, they've downloaded a new application, or they downloaded a new version of
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you a quick funny story. One day, I just happened to be in Atlanta for a company convention. And it just so happened that one of the New York teams was playing the Atlanta Braves. And I had a spot that I was off and I wanted to go to the game. But in order to buy tickets, you had to buy them online. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. So I just played with the thing. I didn't know how to open up the phone. And then I had to have the girl, when I got to the gate, open up my phone for me. I did it. I just didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I got the ticket and I was able to go to the game.
Okay. So basically you kept trying, you kept pushing buttons until the right thing came up and you got your tickets. You don't know how you did it. Probably if you had to do it again, you'd have to go through the same struggle of, trial and error to find what you're looking for.
Right.
Well, when you get a new operating system, when they download a new version, they move things around. And I just got one on my phone. It drove me crazy for 2 weeks because I use my phone a lot, and the little icon for me to bring up my phone wasn't there. And I had to go. I mean, it drove me nuts, especially if I needed to call somebody in a hurry. The bottom line was I kept playing around with it until, I trial and error, push the right button, and bingo, it shows up now on my home screen. It's going to change all the time. And just when you are completely comfortable, you know, where everything is on LinkedIn, everything is right where you need it, everything is right where you want it. One day, and it could happen right in the middle of one of our boot camps. We're going to wake up in the morning, we're going to go over to LinkedIn, and oh my God, what'd they do? They moved everything. So where is it? Where is it? We know what we're looking for. We have to find it. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, I'm still fascinated and love what I do, because working with so many people on a daily basis in our boot camps, in my private coaching sessions, in our special broadcasts, I see what's happening. And it's interesting that LinkedIn and Facebook both will introduce new features, will introduce new applications, not across the board. They do it regionally. They'll introduce some things in Canada, for example. And if it's popular, if it takes hold, then they'll slowly spread it out around the rest of the universe. So you're in a process right now where you're just getting started and you're like a lot of people. And so now you have a basic understanding of how it works. You got a good profile, you know how to search.
Right.
And now what you want to do is you just take that information that I already gave you, go on here and start searching for people.
Now it's funny. I started to actually do that the other night. It must have been about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I said, let me just play with this. And I started to play with it. The only thing was I got concerned when we had the, I believe it was Debbie where she got tossed off. And I was like, oh, shucks. I said, you know what? I said, she got tossed off, but I didn't know if I was able, because that's why I asked you the question about, can you connect with them? Do you have to connect with them before you look at the profile? And I wasn't sure about that. So I was like, oh, shoot. I says, I don't know if I'm allowed to look at their profile. So I got scared and I backed off.
Well, first of all, you don't want to reach out to anybody that you haven't looked at the profile, because number one, you just don't want to randomly connect with people. That's why,
right.
You know, that's why they're throwing people off of LinkedIn. So yes, you look at them, and the thing that you're looking for first and foremost is going to be, how active are they? You know, when you do a search, many times the initial profiles that come up are going to be old profiles that are inactive. And if you're reaching out to all these people, what ends up happening is you send connection requests and little messages to people that haven't been active in 3 or 4 years. And that triggers an algorithm to let LinkedIn know that, you know, maybe you're a robot. Maybe.
Now, what about the opposite, Max? What about people who are active?
Well, then there's no issue. If they're
then
active,
there's no issue. Okay, then that's the key. So it's active versus non-active.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so what we're going to show everybody tonight, because all of these people that are losing their jobs as a result of not wanting to take the vaccine.
Yes.
That's one of the groups of people that are jumping onto LinkedIn. And why do people go on LinkedIn? Why would somebody put their resume on LinkedIn? Because they're looking for a job. They're getting ready. They're either looking for a job or they're preparing to look for a job. So when you can connect with people that have just joined LinkedIn, you accomplish two things. First, you get the people that are fresh. You get people before they're slammed by all the network marketers that are going to swarm around them like bears are attracted to honey.
Right.
And so it gives you an opportunity to stand out from the crowd. And, you know, I'll just use the analogy of, you know, when you were a baby and, you know, you started to learn how to walk.
Sure.
The more you do this, Richard, the easier it gets.
Well, that's why I love working with you, because I tell you, I'm fired up. I mean, you know, I'm really fired up with this. And I know it's that one little thing I got to just get over, and I know I will. And I'm telling you, I'm passionate. I love the business. I'm passionate about it. I think now once I get through this, that's it. I'm off to the races. That's why I'm so excited about the programs. And I'm just going to immerse myself in it, get this thing going and rock it, because I'm so excited.
Right. But let me kind of pull in the reins a little bit.
Sure.
All right. the one thing, and that's why I'm asking you initially, do your searches, reach out to people. I've written the first message that you want to send somebody. I've customized it for you. I've written the second message after they accept you. And all I want you to do initially is make those connections. First message, second message. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to jump into your account and we're going to just go down the list of all the people that have accepted you. And I'm going to show you the people that you want to continue to talk to versus the people that you don't want to talk to. There's some people you want to connect with because you want to expand your network. So you'll connect with some people who have huge networks. And once they accept your connection, then their connections become part of your network.
Right,
So
I
they're going
remember
to be people you're going to reach out to, not because they're potential candidates for your business. You're going to reach out to them because the people they're connected to could be potential candidates for your business. Example, when they shut down J.C. Penney last year, if you connected with the CEO or the overall or a district manager or a regional manager or a regional vice president of 10 or 15 stores in an area, you connect with them. Now, today, believe it or not, some of those people would be interested in getting into your business, but more likely, some of the store managers or the people that they're connected to would be interested in talking to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to step you through the process. I'm going to show you how to pick out the hot point on a person's profile so you know how to write back to them. When, we're going to jump into some accounts this morning. And what you're going to see is when we write to somebody, I'm going to log into some other accounts. And when I send out a message to one of their prospects, they write back right away. Why? Because we're talking about them and we're touching on the hot button that each person has. So what's going to happen is in our next session, after you've connected with a bunch of people, we're going to go and we're going to start conversations. I'm going to show you how to move the conversation forward. And then I'm going to turn you loose again, and you're going to continue to reach out to people, and you'll start to feel comfortable about moving the conversation forward from what I taught you in the last session. And so I'm going to encourage you, take a shot, start conversations. But if you feel like I'm not really sure which way to go or what to do, just wait for me.
Okay.
When we come back in our next session, then what's going to happen is we're going to go back and we're going to, again, jump in, start looking at people. I'll start sending messages. And you're unique. You're in a unique business. And so what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to actually create strategies and scripts that are going to work specifically for you when you're talking to certain types of people. And it'll go all the way from the initial hello, which we already started with, to finding out what their needs are, finding out what their network marketing experience is. And then what are we going to do? We're going to show them the business. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And once you've done it, it's a template. You can do it over and over and over again. You'll see when we log into some accounts this morning. So you're learning a process. And the one thing that everybody that's as excited and enthusiastic about their business as you are has to master is patience, because we're all in a hurry to just talk about the business and talk about the business. And if you just exercise a little patience, you've got the scripts, you've got the strategy, but once you start the conversation, you don't follow that list of questions I give you. You follow the responses to your questions. So what happens is you follow let the conversation lead you to where you want to go. Every time you ask a question, you study the answer, and in that answer is your next question. And we move the conversation along at the pace of the other person until we know enough about them to know they have a serious need. We also know how wonderful they would do in your business because of what we've learned about them. And then you show them the business. So instead of going through the traditional 100 no's to get a yes,
Right.
instead, we're going to eliminate the people that we never want to talk about the business with because we know ahead of time, not a candidate. And so you're going to find that instead of going through 100 no's to get a yes, you'll talk to 10 people about your business. And out of those 10 people, initially you'll get 1 out of 10. And then you'll start getting 2 out of 10. And the more you do this, the more selective you get. I mean, you're in a big universe, but you're learning how to filter down and pick out the cream of the crop. You are looking for somebody that not only is looking for a new job or looking for a new opportunity, you have the opportunity to get the best of the best. And the higher caliber people you talk to, the higher caliber people you show your business to, the faster your business is going to grow. So you're on a journey,
Right.
you know, and look, you know, look how far back we go.
Yes. Yes.
Social, so, you know, it's, you know, I remember Sandy Cohn once said to me, we've come a long way since AOL, baby. and it's true. And LinkedIn has become the epicenter for anybody that wants to build a business in network marketing. It is 500 times better than Facebook, but because there's such a mad rush of people to get there,
Right.
then it's, you know, an issue. And we're going to show you today, you know, how to make the adjustments, you know, to fix it. So you just,
And it makes sense. I mean, you know, when you talked about patience, the patience I have, that's why I waited so long to learn these from you, because, you know, and unfortunately, you know, when you just have so many things pressing for your time and all that other stuff. So, you know, like now I'm focusing on this, and this is really where I want to be focused now. And, you know, that's why I'm so excited about it. It's almost like you're finally, you know, when you're finally unleashing the horse, that's what it's, that's what it feels like.
Well, I'm going to give you some examples. So I'm going to jump into some accounts and I'm going to show you exactly what we're talking about. All right. So now, okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pop over here. And now, Ben and I are working with a prospect who is really, really hot. Okay. That's very good. We're going to get to that. All right. So first, I'm going to log out of my account. And let me, before I do that, let me just show you what's waiting for you. Okay. You have on LinkedIn 800 million people. And so you can find them in this keyword box. Now they're showing 761 million, but there's actually 800 million. Now, you can search for people by the level of connections you have with them. You can search for people by location, by city, by country, by state. You can search for people by the companies that they're with. But if we go over to Sales Navigator, and notice if we come down here, we start to see when you do a search, the people that are going to come up first are going to be the people that you have the most in common with. So my first level connections are coming up, and these people are all on my first level, so I can message them. Now, if I did a search and by a specific area, and I did it in the United States, there's 168 million people. And again, the people that I'm directly connected to come up first. Then the next group of people, if I wanted to come over here and see who is on my second level, people that I'm not connected to, I got 732,000. And notice how many of these people don't have a connect button. They got a follow me button. And that's because LinkedIn is making some changes. And because of this mad rush of people that are joining LinkedIn. And so we're going to undo this. Now, if I go over, so if I'm searching for people, let me just hit the refresh button. United States. So we unclear this one. So now we have $761 million. Now let's go over to Sales Navigator. And they're filtering a little bit. They're showing 7 million plus. Oh, it's a lot more than 7 million. So let's go all the way down to the bottom. And let's look at all the people who joined LinkedIn in the last 24 hours. You got 430,000 people, brand new to LinkedIn. In the last week, you got over 1 million. In the last 2 weeks, 2 million. In the last 30 days, 9 million people. We did this yesterday, and it was 10. In the last 90 days, 30 million. That's 10 million people every month that you can be talking to. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop back over here. And we're going to go back to LinkedIn. And then I'm going to log out of my account. And we're going to pop over here and we're going to look at Ross. Now, Ross is in New Zealand, so it's daytime for us. It's nighttime for him. Okay, and we're going to come up. We're going to come over to the message area and let me unmute Ross for a minute. Good morning, Ross.
Morning.
So we're talking, or I should say good evening. So you're talking to Deepak.
Yeah, I did that the other day.
Okay. So this is the thing that you got to love about LinkedIn. Here we have somebody that is open to work. He's looking for a job. Talk about making it easy to find people. And 7 years in the retail business, recruiter. the more people put in a profile, the more open they are to talking to you. So let's come back over to the message. You reached out to him about 10 days ago. He accepted you. How's it working for you? So now you're asking him what kind of opportunity suits you the best. If we look at his profile again, so it's hard to tell. See, according to this, it says the first question that you really want to know is, what does a person do? Right.
He's actually doing a university thing. I've just found out. Probably if you bring the message further down, I sort of that's why I did that birthday thing to sort of see what's going on. And that's how I got what he's doing now. And then he asked me what I was doing. I wasn't sure what to say to him. I asked him what he asked me what to do, what I was doing, and I didn't know what to say to him. The birthday thing opened him up a bit more. He's looking for a junior analyst job.
Okay. So now, so you control the conversation. You control every conversation you have by the questions you ask. If you ask somebody, what do they do? They're going to tell you. And then 90% of the time, they're going to come back and ask you what you do. So up here, you connect. How's it working? He's telling you. And then here, this is where you should have asked the question, what do you do? Okay. And then now you're coming back with the birthday message. Now I see you're having a birthday. What are you doing now? What are you doing these days is a question that you would ask somebody that you know.
Right.
Okay. Somebody that you don't know, the basic round of questions would be, so what do you do? Maybe you look and you see how long you've been connected to someone. You wish them a happy birthday and say, I noticed that, we've been connected for 6 years, but we've never really talked. What do you do is the first question. So now he comes down here and he says, well, thanks. And let's see, where is he? He is. Oh, he's in New Zealand, according to this. So then I'm doing my postgrad and looking for any junior position at the moment to start with. What about you? Well, we already wrote a little description of what do you do. And so basically you would use that. And that's why I want you to save this. Wait for me. Okay. Wait for me. Just get a bunch of them started, create, connect, and then when we do our next session, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to show you exactly how to move the thing along, how to pick out the person's hot button. So when is our next coaching session?
Let's see the tomorrow or the next day. I'm just not sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry, when is it?
It's either tomorrow or Friday. I'm just
okay. All right. So listen, here's what I want you to do. I just want you to get a bunch of these queued up and ready. And then when we do our session, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to show you how to respond to all of them. And we'll clear the whole thing up. But the most important thing when you're talking to people, the first question you always want to ask, is what do you do? And sometimes people will say, oh, it's on my profile. In which case, you're going to come back and you're going to say, hey, we got a script for that. And let me unmute Aaron for just a minute. We're not always sure people can talk. Because Aaron made a comment here. One collateral benefit that you get from what I'm teaching you is confidence. His confidence is off the chart because he knows what he has to say. And as you're talking to people, you're going to discover the people that you want to continue to talk to and distinguish them from the people that you don't. Every answer that you get puts you in that place where you know exactly what you want to say. I'm going to jump out of your account and we're going to jump into Jackie's. And Jackie sent me a message. I'm not sure I'm picking the right people. We'll talk for a minute. And then they ghost me. Now, let's go over here to Jackie. So Jackie, give me an example of somebody that you were talking to that you thought was really a good prospect. And then if you can't talk, give me a name.
Shucks, let me go get my glasses. Let's see. I'll try that Joseph Garcia.
Okay, there we go. All right. All right. So Joseph is looking for an opportunity. And we'll come over here. And he's looking for a new opportunity. So he's a radiology technician. And according to this, he's been doing this. Currently seeking new opportunities, looking for the new adventure. And so according to this, he's working at the Forest Lake Bone and Joint place. He was working here at another place. So you always want to take a look at all of the things that he does. And so 10 years ago, 2000, he was an operations supervisor. Now he had his own business for 14 years. So an interesting question would be, what prompted you after having a business for 14 years? What prompted you to stop it? Why'd you stop? And then that could have been in 2007. It was the beginning of the subprime mortgage meltdown, and anybody that was connected to real estate, everything crashed. So he goes to work for a shipbuilding company, and then he studies radiology. And he's been doing that ever since. So the question is always, what do you do? It's just, he's working here. So if he's working here, why is he looking for a new job? So let's look at the conversation. So you reach out to him, he connects. What do you do? My second career. Sorry you got hacked. Okay, now. People get right at me, but. Okay, now. So you're asking him, how has COVID-19 affected your business? Well, it's not his business. He's working for someone. Number one. So he didn't answer this. Now he's coming back and he's wishing you a happy birthday. So you could come back and you could say, thank you so much. And again, move the conversation forward. Now, one thing that you're doing, which is a natural part of the conversation, see, if you looked at the entire profile, so you're asking, what does he do? I'm a radiology tech. It's my second career. Okay. So what was your first career? All right. Now, all of this stuff here, this is about you. And it's not really necessary to put all of this in, but it's part of establishing the relationship. So my first career, I worked building oil tankers. That wasn't his first career. His first career, if you look at his profile, was he had his own business. Design and created custom iron products. That was his first career. So you use the information that they provide you with. And what happened? So we come back over here. Okay. Now, all we have to do is say, and we could use the get. Well, now we could go thanks for the wishes. LinkedIn is making it easy. Or we can come over here and use a GIF. It's a little, we'll go, thank you. I really appreciate it. That. Now, I notice that you had your own business for 14 years. Why? Now, he had his own business. People who had their own business, and then they go to work for somebody else. What prompted them to start the business? Now watch, you see how fast it goes? You see how quickly you can get people to respond to you with the right message, with the right question. So you say, we'll talk for a minute and then they'll ghost you? No, no, they don't ghost you. When you send the right message, you get responses like this. It's easy, it's fast, and it's fun because you control everything by the questions you ask. Once you're connected, you can identify whether or not this person is really going to be a candidate for your business. Now, if he's got his career in radiology and that's what he's chosen to do, then you could show him how he could be generating extra income on a side business until he found another job, but then he could keep going because, you know, it's fun to do. And he's got a side income stream coming in. He may decide that this is so much fun doing that he'd rather work with you and build a team and build a business than, you know, continue with radiology. Now, a joke that I've always loved when you're talking to people like this is because he's been doing radiology for, you know, quite some time. And, you know, you could ask me, so, you know, do you glow in the dark? Because he's around x-rays. So the bottom line is this for all of you. I encourage you, if you haven't registered for boot camp, you need to do that. And we're going to show you, starting on November the 4th, how you can tweak your profile so people are more interested in you. We're going to show you how to pick out the right people, the best people, and then we're going to show you how, by controlling a conversation, you could bring 4 or 5 people. And Aaron just popped me another note. I just learned something. The right question extends the conversation. That's right. You ask the right question and you get closer to identifying what people need. Okay. What do they need? Now I'm going to be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon, but tonight at 9 o'clock, we have a special broadcast, maxsteingart.com/special webinar, where I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to connect with all these people that are losing their jobs because of COVID. They don't want to take that shot. It's creating a huge pool of people. And these people losing their jobs right before Christmas are going to be eager to get into your business. Okay. So let me ask you, I'll unmute you, Jackie, for just a second. Did that help you? Oh, she sent me a text message that it did. So until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless. And then we've got to deal with Donovan. And I've got a staff meeting. I'll try to hook up with you after the staff meeting, or we may end up just sending him a little side message until you know, we can get to him. He's not going anywhere, but we really want to. We're at that point where we're showing him the business, and we have to do it correctly. So. Raymond, we can do it next time.